What is going on, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar, and welcome to our Saturday Q&A, where we basically all get together here and just talk about comics and try to answer as many questions as I can in the next 2 hours. We'll be joined today by my wonderful wife, who went out and got coffee and spilled a little bit on herself. But it's okay. It's not hot coffee. It's cold coffee, so that's good. I need to wake me up. And I'm not even a coffee person. I'm an orange juice kind of guy. But I think on Saturdays I need it. My daughter had a little, one of her friends over yesterday. They stayed over up until 3 o'clock in the morning. She hasn't seen any of her friends for 6 months. So we figured she earned it. So that's, they kept me up until 3 o'clock in the morning. So yes, my wife got me this too. What an awesome shirt. She knows how much I love Scrooge, but she also knows I prefer the comics. But so she got me the red shirt, which is the color that he wears on his coat in the comic books. But where is everybody from before we get started? That's how we usually kick this off. It is a cloudy Saturday morning here in the state of Kentucky, but I'd love to know where everybody's from. Let me I'll highlight some of those if I can't get to everybody. What's up, James from Hong Kong? Awesome, brother. Happy to have you here, man. Texas, good color on me. Yeah, it's okay. I do okay in red. What's up from Turkey, man? Veracruz, Mexico. Arturo Casarin. What's up? What's up, Sweden? Dirty Jersey. Is it dirty? Is it dirty? UK. It's that day. Happy Saturday with Omar Q&A. 4 p.m. in the UK. One of these days I'm going to make it over there, man. From Spain, España. Yo estaba en España hace 2 años con mi familia, visitando a mis amigos que viven allá. Love your country, man. We went over to France, too, while we were over there. Good day from Poland, brother. What's up, man? Brainy. I hope you got your message back, man. I try to reply back. Lima, Perú. Dude, yo nací en Lima. Yo soy de Lima y me mudé acá a los Estados Unidos en 1987. That's awesome. That's where I was born. A lot of you all know that, but I was born in Lima, Peru, and I stayed there till I was about 8 years old, so that's awesome. Orlando, Florida. Austria, is it raining? It looks like it's about to rain here. Peruano in Seattle. Look at all these Peruvian brothers and sisters uniting. That's awesome. That's what's up. Greetings from Finland. Coffee in hand in Phoenix. That's what's up. 1 p.m. It's hot and it's 1 a.m. in Australia. Man. And I thought I started these early. So that's awesome. Thank you for joining us. My wife is coming down here again. Thank you, baby, for the coffee. I'm sorry.
You're welcome. It's okay.
New York City and Jersey. Omar coming. God, I love that show, Matt. I love The Wire. Yep. Where you go? The book. Oh, okay. Georgia, Rise and Grind from England. Birmingham, Alabama. Omar, can I get a roll time? No. Because, man, y'all are crazy down there. I was down there. I have a friend that lives down there in Birmingham, and huge fan of Alabama football, dude. And they all get I thought UK fans got crazy. Y'all get crazy down there. Okay. 8:34 p.m. in India, kind of rainy. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's raining everywhere, brother. What's up, Freddie? How's it going, buddy? 8 a.m. in California. All you devoted people at 1 a.m. in Australia, 8 a.m. in Cali, thank you all so much for joining us. Greetings, fellow onliners. That's right. Is that looks like the black, is that the Black Ranger? Or is that the Blue Ranger? I can't tell from the pic. From Canada. What part of Canada, man? What part of Canada are you up there? Switzerland's 5 p.m. Yorkshire. I feel like we're all one big community now all over the world. I love it. Fun Smurf fact. All right, let's hear it. Both
Brainy Smurf and Kingpin, the villain, happens to have the same name translation in Polish.
Wozniak.
I'm going to say it Hispanic. Panhandrum. Every time I read DD and heard the villain name, I see a blue guy. That's awesome.
That's a weird. I wonder why. This is another Omni week. That's right. It's the two of us. Next week I'll get some other.
It's not outdoor Saturdays.
Next week I'll get some other of my crew in here. But I figure this will be a good time for the wife and I to catch up with you all. It is the Blue Ranger. Okay, Giles. What's up, Asian Johnny Depp? How you doing, my brother? Dude, you call me out. Part of the reason I got this new table was because of you. So thank you.
Good morning, Bruce.
4 p.m. in Dublin. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I gotta get a napkin.
Okay, sweetie. Best Star Wars comics, Dark Empire. Already asking the questions. Dark Empire, my brother. Nice shirt, Omar. Thank you so much. My wife got me this. Dark Empire is only printed in the Dark Horse comics right now, but I'm sure Marvel will reprint it and maybe even reprint it in a hardcover would be nice, an oversized hardcover. Hello, wife and Omar. Couldn't pre-order Absolute Carnage, waiting for the restock. So yes, there is a restock coming. So no worries if you missed out on it. It's coming. And anybody that missed out on things like Green Arrow, there wasn't a notice from DC. Anything from like Green Arrow or Batman by Paul Dini, anything printed since September, they're working on restocking those too. So let's try not to panic. I promise. Well, at least this is DC though. This is DC's word that they're going to try to restock them.
Hi, Squidly O'Neill. I'm glad you woke up early enough. One of these days, I'll sit here at 11 a.m. not getting up.
Who's going to get the coffee?
And I'll be on top too. Okay. Jake has a good question.
Yes.
For me, this is
new. Did you get napkins?
Yeah. As an English graduate, are you looking forward to the literature that will be written about this global pandemic?
Ooh.
I never even thought about it, so thanks for even mentioning it. Yeah, I think no way. I was thinking of it from a history point of view, like the 1919 pandemic, right?
Historical point of view,
where the same kind of stuff happened that's happened today, and just how people will be like, back in my day in 2020, we lived through the pandemic, but
we went through.
I think it'd be
depression.
So definitely a source of inspiration. So that's a good point.
Wait till all the movies come out. Wait till all the disaster movies come out. It's been a while since I fully attended a live show. How's it going, Omar, fellow Peruvian? Oh, another Peruvian, boy.
Oh, wait, I need a tally.
Are y'all trolling me? Y'all lying about being Peruvian?
No.
Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. I always forget. I love every one of you all that remind me to hit that like button because I suck at reminding people. Do you know when they'll reprint Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4? Those will probably come in 2021. Is 4's out of print? Yeah. Volume 2 kicks off in, when is it, February? I should have the catalog sometime in the upcoming weeks, but Marvel and I are going to do things a little bit different. Maybe just throwing ideas, maybe talk about one omnibus a day or something like that. That'd be kind of cool, kind of counting down the omnis. Then I'll have a live show so all of you can join and talk about each one of the books specifically cool. With the content and what we expect, what we'd love to have. By the way, for the people that have asked me to ask David Gabriel, this is really important. And I'll repeat this again in the middle of the show, right before we open things up. There were some worries about the Defenders Omnibus, and you all, like 15 of y'all reached out to me if there's any way to add Doctor Strange 183, Submariner 22, and Incredible Hulk 126, as they were left out of the Masterworks, and all of you all were expecting it to be included in the Omnibus. It's kind of like the second or first meeting of the Defenders. So he wrote back and he said that is in the works. So there you go. The other big thing that I asked about, and you all are the first to hear about it, except for my Latino brothers, I was on a show on Thursday, but I was asked if Wolverine Volume 1, both covers were going to be back in stock because they are completely gone. Good job, you all. I think we did it. But yes, both covers will be back in stock. It might be a month or two. That's the other question that he answered. So for those of you that weren't able to get a Wolverine omnibus, that's coming back in stock in a couple of months. And then any chance for a reprint? This one gets asked a lot, so I figured I'd ask both. Any chance for a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man by JMS Volume 1 and Incredible Hulk by Peter David Volume 1? And I stressed the fact that those were gone pretty quick, and he said they will soon. So there you go. If you're looking for those reprints, those are not formal announcements. Those are just him answering me that he was not aware that they were out of print, and they might come back into print soon. So there you go. And again, I'll repeat that later on in the show. So,
wow, there. Let's see. So there are a lot of comments.
Yeah.
We were making that announcement.
My buddy Gabe, shout out to Gabe, my fellow Omnibro. If you haven't joined Omnibros Live, what are you waiting for? We have live episodes every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Omnibros Live. I'm on there. I try to be on there on Sundays, but that's kind of hard. So on Mondays, I try to be there.
Chanda Suk said that he wants a DuckTales shirt now. And Asian Johnny Depp, yeah, you bought your 7-year-old nephew Laughing Times of Uncle Scrooge over 12 times.
He's read it over 12 times.
Everything about it. He's never read, dude. You should tell.
Don Rosa?
Don Rosa said that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. And that sounds like Lydia when she was 7 reading Peanuts like 3 times, every single comic strip over and over. And,
I need to check in with Don Rosa. He was sweet. I don't think I told any of you all. A few months ago, probably about 3 months ago, he emailed the channel and he said, "I'm looking for Omar. ... He's got my attention." And I was like, "What does that mean?" So I just remember sharing it with you. I'm like, "Is he coming after me? Like, does he think I'm picking on him?" But no, he said he wants me to come over to his house with my. This is so adorable. He wants me to come to his house when the pandemic is over and bring my what did he call it? My webcam. So I could do my web show at his house and talk about comics and maybe talk about some Duck comics. And of course I said, hell yes. That was 3 months ago.
You didn't say it like that.
No, I did not. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll stand to attention.
If there's a Mount Rushmore of creators for me, Don Rosa and Chris Claremont are up there for sure. The other two, that's a tough one to think about. But yeah, I would love to go to his house. He's got a vault of Silver Age and Golden Age comics he wants to look at. So yeah, that was a couple months ago. I need to keep up with him and make sure he's okay and he's still cool with that.
Wow, there are so many good comments here.
Oh, much love, my brother. Magic the Crackening. Much love back to you, my brother. Thank you for the super chat. Well, I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but have you read X of Swords creation yet? No. Remember, I am on month 11 of the books. So I should be, yeah, I'm 1 month behind. So I should be catching up this week.
Bruce, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, hell yeah, Melanie, Mukbang, Live Boys, this is how you get views.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Oh, okay. Bruce, you gotta explain. Let's see. Omar, will you still be doing an overview of the Masonic Koku?
Vis just emailed me yesterday and told me that she sent the book over to us. So we both want to do an overview of it because it means so much to us. So I told you I'm gonna sell it to you all. I love Masonic Koku.
Yeah, it's
for a guy that loves guts and berserks.
It's slice of life.
Oh, it's so much better than life.
Oh, I would love to live in a Masonic Koku.
With a bunch of drunkers. You'd be asleep every day at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, wait, I would be. No, with the calm atmosphere. I'd be angry they were up all night, but it seems like simpler times. Let's see. Omar, do you know when the Infinity Gauntlet and Hulk by Peter Day Volume 2 omnibus comes out?
Yeah. Infinity Gauntlet is sometime in October. Hulk, I think I put it on my video, didn't I? Let me look at my video really quick. I don't think Hulk has been delayed any. I think it's due out in stores when I said it was going to be coming out. As far as I know, I don't have any more delays to talk about. So that's good
okay,
news.
While you're looking at that,
looks like October 28th. October 28th is when Hulk 2 comes out. Well, no, I guess Infinity Gauntlet is going to be in November. I'll be doing the upcoming budget meeting that we have on next Friday, so I will for sure double check and triple check.
Whose budget?
That's what we call it. We call it that. We call it that. Not you. You're not in this.
Okay. Roberto, I thought you were explaining mukbangs when you eat tons of food on a street Korea thing, I think. This is just our Saturday morning cheese day dishes and Starbucks that is spilling out of the cup.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Let's see.
Did you forget me?
Yeah.
No, Donna, I did not forget you. Every time you show up, I start sweating a little bit because I think it's somebody from my past, but it's not. Donna's somebody that just used to watch us.
Okay. Let's see. Omar, should we be excited for Sandman? Whatever the question is, yes. deluxes that are coming out soon.
If you don't own them already, absolutely. Yeah. If you don't have the Omnis, if you don't have the Absolute editions, if you don't have the trade paperbacks and have never read it, that's going to be a pretty set when it's all said and done. There's a new box set that just came out recently that also includes Overture and is it Seasons of the Mist? What's the Midsummer? What's the 11th book in Sandman called? Do you remember?
Nope.
I'm asking the wrong person.
Yep.
But also includes the 2 Death miniseries.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. That's Shakespeare. Hey, Voracious Reader and others have been thanking you for how much. Well, okay, yeah,
us. Go ahead.
Us. How much joy you bring to everyone watching. Those streams are great.
Oh, thank you.
Somebody said they cry tears of joy, and their wallet cries tears of pain.
I'm sorry.
And
I love your dupe. Cool news, Omar. Don Rosa is a big name in Finland. Donald Duck is the most popular comic book here. Don Rosa. My heart breaks for Don Rosa because he lives in a state where nobody knows who he is. He walks down the streets of Louisville, Kentucky, and nobody recognizes him.
Except you. Recognize the back of his head. Looks like duck fluff.
I know, and I told him, I was like, I know it sounds creepy, but I recognize the bicycle.
We ran down the restaurant.
Chasing after him. So he said in his lifetime, in his hometown, he's only been recognized twice, and that breaks my heart. Because like you said, in Finland, it's no joke. The line that wraps up for him, it's like meeting, I don't know, like it's a huge celebrity. Who's a huge celebrity? I don't know. Billie Eilish, is that a huge celebrity these days? I don't know. The Pope, is he still a thing? What, like, whoever you all
that's the quote for the show. The Pope is in it. Dude, you're Catholic. You can't say that. I'm
sorry. Good to finally catch you guys live. Unfortunately, I gotta go to work soon. Have a great show. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. My man.
Yeah, Don Rosa Jessica lives in Louisville.
He does. He lives in Louisville. And
Louisville.
Or Louisville, depending on where part of the country you're
Versailles.
From. Okay.
Wait, what was so at cons, like a couple of times we haven't had to wait in line. We just walk up to them.
Yeah, cons.
And then a couple of times we like come back because we could tell people, from Europe are talking with them and they need a good half hour, to talk to them. So like, we'll come back later.
Yeah.
You guys.
And he takes his time with each one.
Yeah.
Seriously, where's that Legion of Superheroes 5 years? Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. I brought it here with me. The video comes out tomorrow. The reason it's taking me so long to do this video, because I was going to do it last week, but this is an era of Legion of Superheroes that I had to refamiliarize myself.
Yeah.
Refamiliarize.
I don't know if that's a word.
That's not a word. I make up words all the time. With these characters again, because it's such a unique and strange time for Legion of Superheroes. And a lot of people have been asking me, is this a good jumping on point? And I want to do a fair overview of the book without really reviewing it. So I read it, and oh my gosh, it's taken me a long time. I read, I'm on issue 25, but I think it's good enough to get the video out there for you all. So it will be coming tomorrow, I promise. Sorry it took so long, but I wanted to do the book justice without going, this is too much word, not enough action, or whatever overview that well, no, I don't do overviews like that. Never mind. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's coming tomorrow.
It's okay. Kevin complained down there that we skipped his question. Dude,
Kevin, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Apparently complain to me and I'll get your question.
The Fred movies. Like
Fred is
like
Drop Dead Fred.
No. Not Drop Dead. Like Freddy Krueger or Five Nights at Freddy's. Give me a little, or if it's the movie called Fred, I don't know what that is, man. I'm sorry.
Yep, in Louisville, they make baseball bats.
They make baseball bats. The Louisville
Never
Slugger.
been to the factory. I think that would be pretty boring.
Right. What's up, Martian? How you doing, brother? Omni, any chance?
Martian or Martin?
Martin. Whoops. Yep. Uncanny Omar. Read pretty one day.
I'm sure I'm like just butchering these names.
Omni, any chance Kraven's Last Hunt gets collected in an omnibus format? How would that work? Oh my gosh. How would I map that out? I mean, you would have to have, they could sneak it in because that story arc is only that story arc, right? Even if you buy the epic, none of the other stories lead up to this. It was that's why it was such a big, shocking moment when Kraven does what he does, because nobody saw it coming. it's not out of character or anything. It actually fits the character, but it just came at you like that. So by the time when you were reading these monthlies, you were reading about other characters, and all of a sudden Kraven shows up, and it's this dark and twisted storyline, one of the best Spider-Man stories. But honestly, it'll be mapped in the precursor to the David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane omnibus. That's where they're going to put it. I don't know if they'll include much more of the Spectacular Spider-Man or anything in there. I think it'll be focused more on Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, and by the way, thank you guys for compliments. It's really nice about our line at a con being long, and that our hair looks nice today.
Our hair?
Yeah.
I'm blow dried.
Let's see.
I have to look for him in Louisville. Yeah, you do that, man.
He lives in Kentucky.
Yeah, he said he will not ever do a convention in his own state of Kentucky, mainly because
he's got pride. He's got pride.
I don't blame him. I mean, for a guy not to be recognized in his own state, I think it broke.
It's like, screw you. No.
Well, it's like it broke it broke his heart to just sit there and nobody coming up to him, right, in his own state. And when he goes overseas, he's recognized. So why would you waste your time?
Oh yeah.
At a flea market convention in Kentucky, and just you might as well stay home, save the day, or go overseas somewhere.
So Freddie. Yes, he has come a long way from hosting and kidnapping people in his basement with Don Rose and Claremont. Green's come back. There's no room to kidnap anybody.
Not anymore.
There's no room. Let's see.
Hi, Omar. You think you can maybe do a comprehensive video comparing CG and IST Tales of Wonder? I noticed that Tales of Wonder actually offers a lot of their items at 48% off compared to IST's 42%. Since our episodes are sponsored mostly by cheapgraphicnovels.com, might be a conflict of interest, but I mean, there's no hiding that I buy things everywhere. I buy things from In-Stock Trades. I buy things from Tales of Wonder. I buy things from Cheap Graphic Novels and even Amazon, because sometimes, especially these days with DC, sometimes Amazon gets those books before even comic book shops, which is crazy. There are 3 Fred movies. Mel, could you look those up, please?
Okay.
Well, I answered your question. I don't know what that is.
Reeves had a good question.
So I don't mind doing it, but if you're looking for, and don't forget, there's also DCBS where you can pre-order these books. However, you do have to pay for shipping, and you pay months ahead of time before these books even come out. So I know a lot of people don't like that. The other thing I was going to say is, I think there's a plus to every one of the companies, right? And I know it's more difficult now for In-Stock Trades to keep up with stock and also keep up those 50% offs. And I know a lot of you have hit me up about the 50% offs, like what's going on with them. I don't know. I think, like I mentioned, when I said DC was cutting ties with Diamond, we were going to see repercussions of that. And I've always said that was going to be one of them, that the discounts won't be as good as they used to be, not just for DC, but everything, because you're not ordering that much from Diamond. So you're not getting that much of a discount anymore from Diamond. And there's your retailers. But they all have their perks, right? They all have their perks. I think Cheap Graphic Novels started selling books on Monday evenings, so you don't have to wait for the Tuesday rush hour. Tales of Wonder lets you pre-order books, which is wonderful. However, some of y'all have reached out to me asking me why they haven't shipped their books. How could they not ship their books if they're pre-order? And if their sister site is In-Stock Trades, how are they able to sell books and not meeting the demands of the pre-orders? So that's a 2-part question, because yes, they are sister sites, but TOW, Tales of Wonder, still separates it, or still acts like its own little entity. So they get different stock than In-Stock Trades. And I know it's crazy, right? Because if you pre-order a book and they're selling it at In-Stock Trades and they tell you at Tales of Wonder that it's canceled, that's kind of aggravating. And I agree with that. But since they're both still their own little entities, they get different stock. Cash money in the bank, my man.
So thanks for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing some of that cash money. If I'm buying the Kate's Venom OHCs, does Absolute Carnage Omni fit properly in the mapping world? Will I be double dipping? I missed it on the direct market sites. Now I'm not looking forward to paying cover price. If you missed it earlier, I said that was going to be restocked. So if you wait a month or so, just wait a little bit and it will be restocked. The other thing I was going to say is, yes, the only thing that's going to be missing from those oversized hardcovers are the War of the Realms tie-ins, which are included in the Venom War of the Realms trade paperback or the War of the Realms omnibus. And those are not even written by Donny Cates. It's not like important things happen in those stories, in those issues that have ties to War of the Realms, but not really Venom, if that makes sense. So you're not really missing out on much. But yes, it's mapped accordingly, and because Absolute Carnage will not be included in the Venom oversized hardcovers.
Okay, so I looked up the 3 Fred movies, and it initially had a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. It looks really bad.
Okay, then I have to watch them.
I don't think it hold a candle up to Meatballs Part 2.
Nobody
likes Meatballs Part 2 is good.
I think there's a couple of guys, a couple people that watch the show that know what Meatballs Part 2 is. So did you hear that the Nintendo is making a new Super Mario Brothers movie, this time animated by Illumination, and the creator of Mario is going to do a story. If that's true, that's crazy, and that's something I wish would have happened when I was a kid. But of course, living vicariously
live action's good enough for me.
Yeah, she loves the live action, but she's crazy.
Okay, which one? Luis?
Yeah, Luis. Absolute Carnage sold out so fast on CGN, I ended up picking it up at my local comic book store for full price. And again, for anybody that missed it, it will be restocked in I want to say a month or so. So don't lose hope.
Partworks Comics reader. Start picking up the IDW Transformers. Good for you. The Hatchet skipped, mostly crossovers. Visionaries is on the way. ROM next. Avengers is going for silly money. We'll have to spot a deal on that. I said ROM because I don't know what that stands for.
But Avengers is also collected in volume, I think it's volume 4 or 5 of the, if you look at my Transformers IDW overview that I did, oh my gosh, 2 years ago, I need to update that. It tells you which book to get. It's either 4 or 5, and that's probably a cheaper route than the Transformers Avengers that you're wanting to pay. So I hope that helps you. When there are new Omnis, what time do they go live on websites? As I mentioned on Cheap Graphic Novels, it's Monday. He tries to make it anywhere from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, or 6. Oh God, they're on California time. Start looking at 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time over there. On Tuesday at In Stock Trades, they start going on sale at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tales of Wonder, they put them up on Wednesdays, and I think early in the morning, but they also do pre-orders. I love the Mario.
Yeah, we did a show reviewing the movie, and I was the only one defending it. In case you didn't see it, yeah, we did.
We did. Was it really that bad? Yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Batman Year 2 is better than Meatballs 2.
I almost. Yes, you're right. It is, but I love Meatballs 2. I know it's crazy. Oh my God, I just realized I like Meatballs 2 more than I like Meatballs 1, and that's blasphemous. And I like Year 2.
I've never seen Meatballs 1.
It's Bill Murray. It's actually really funny. It's actually a good movie. And then I like Year 2 more than Year 1. Which DC Collected Edition are you most looking forward to? If they really bring out Road to No Man's Land, I'm really looking forward to that, because that means that we could get a potential No Man's Land omnibus, right? And I love that story. And I'm hoping that DC sees the sales of these books and is like, oh, well, hell, let's give them all omnis.
Hi, guys. Do you think the Savage Sword of Conan Omnibus Volume 1 will be reprinted soon?
I think so. I think it will be. It might be a stealth reprint, kind of like what they did with Conan the Barbarian, the Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 1, where nobody really knows about it, except I like to remind you all. Yeah, just retailers knew about it, so nobody really made a big deal about it. And a lot of y'all, yeah, really, if I hadn't told anybody, I don't think people would have realized that it was in stock. I think some of y'all would have, though. What was the other thing I was going to say? Conan, there was something else I was going to say that ties into that. Oh, a lot of you have been reaching out to me about Silver Surfer, the restock of Silver Surfer with the corrected pages. It does not have a different ISBN. What does that mean? An ISBN is the little number right here, usually for the book market and the direct market, for pretty much the book catalogs, right? If it doesn't have a different ISBN, how can you tell the difference between the original printing and the new printing? Much like the case of Justice League International Omnibus with the misprint pages and the corrected pages, or page, it was only one page. You can't. So it's almost like you're taking a gamble. That book, though, does come out in November. I had the dates up. It was a couple of weeks ago, if you want to know.
He's talking about on the ticker.
Yeah, on the tickers. Yeah, there's a ticker that we did 2 Saturdays ago. It had the new release dates. So if you go back to that. And then last week I talked about the new release dates of DC books, too. If you want to go back to that.
Do you want me to do a ticker today?
No, because there's no news. There's no news.
Okay.
Meatball's the classic up there with Caddyshack. Okay, I do agree Caddyshack 1 is better than Caddyshack 2, though. I'm not that crazy.
Okay, for both of you, what movie is your guilty pleasure that most people don't like? Yeah, I don't feel guilty about it. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
But a lot of people, that's a cult following.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well,
if you said Big Top Pee-wee, that would be different.
Oh,
nobody likes Big Top Pee-wee.
I guess it would be a guilty. Shut up. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that because I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty about what I like.
I've got too many, but I'll go ahead and do 3. Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. I don't give a crap what anybody else says. It is garbage, but it's great. Lady Hawk, don't care. I realize that it's garbage. Still love it. There's soft spots in my heart for real bad movies. But I think those two, and probably I would throw in oh my god, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I kind of dig the Supergirl movie from the 80s. A lot of people don't like it, but I kind of dug it. Do I have a favorite Batman comic? You can answer this too. Batman Legacy. Legacy by far is my favorite event, my favorite crossover, my favorite story. It was a crossover event that followed up Contagion. So if you really want to get the full effect, read Contagion first, followed by Legacy. And then that all leads into No Man's Land, believe it or not.
Hush, because of Jim Lee.
Wow, good answer.
But yeah, just I mean, the story for me isn't necessarily that memorable. Of course it's good, but I just, it's just gorgeous. Okay, Roberto says he started reading Batman Year 2, and the moment he grabbed the one thing Batman would never use, he stopped reading it.
No, but that's what makes that moment so badass.
I wanted to get you riled up. Wait a minute, but you got mad in the Ben Affleck Batman movie
because he killed criminals, though. That's the difference.
Okay.
But do you not remember one of the most iconic scenes in Infinite Crisis? Number 7 was when Batman picks up the gun, right? And pulls holds it right up to the Joker's head, or no, Lex Luthor's head. And Wonder Woman stops him. Wonder Woman, who had just killed Maxwell Lord, says, "No, you're better than that. We are better than that. That will change you." That's one of the most iconic moments ever in the history, or at least to me, in the history of Batman and DC Comics. Yes, but I realize it is kind of silly that, but he kept it. Come on, man. Matt, what's his name's movie with Patterson's got the bat emblem made out of the gun, so he's always carrying it on his chest.
Okay, what about Bobby says Lady Hawk rocks. Great story, bad soundtrack.
I actually love this. I love
the soundtrack.
It's so 80s. Bad. Oh yes, Helen Slater. And part of the reason why I also love The Legend of Billie Jean was because of her. Yeah, the script was not that good.
Okay, I'm going to think about this Sun-Fed Soul. Which volume statement is your favorite? Why? So let's come back. I got to think.
I actually know the answer. It's A Game of You.
That's mine or yours?
No, mine.
Okay, well.
A Game of You. I know it's probably a lot of people's least favorite, but it's interesting because years later, when I saw an interview with Neil Gaiman, it's also his favorite Sandman story. I love A Game of You. I think it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And I also understand why people don't like it.
You know what I was thinking about the other day is when Delirium and Dream go on a car ride. And I was thinking of Dragon Ball Z. Who did it first? The teaching you how to drive episode.
The driver's license episode?
Yeah. Was it?
Hey, that was probably
Dragon Ball Z.
89 Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Just that. I don't know. I really like that issue.
By the way, if you want to see my horrible Spanish, go to Mundo Geek. It's a YouTube channel. And I was I had a wonderful conversation with the fine folks there for 2 hours butchering the Peruvian Spanish. I told him I said I could do the interview in Spanish. I just have one rule. My father can never see this because he would make fun of me and my Spanish. I swear. Come on, Gabe, you did that crap on purpose, man. My favorite Batman story, Broken City. Oh, that's one of my least favorites. There's no denying that. My buddy Gabe, again, shout out to Omni Bros Live. Hi, Omar. How about a Superman Blue Omni? Yes. 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 It's so bad, but I don't care. Superman is blue lightning, and then he gets split into red and blue. Oh, it's ridiculous. You know what we've never had, though, during that run is a collected edition of the Genesis crossover with, like, Aquaman and Superman and all those stories. DC just, like, DC forgets these stories, I swear. It's like we don't have Armageddon 2001 or Genesis. Come on, DC. There's stories out there. Tu español no es tan malo. Muchas gracias, mi hermano. I could use some help, though. What is your favorite manga series besides Berserk? I just did a 2-part episode on the top 20 best manga of all time, man. If you want to see it, but really quick. Maison Ikoku, Battle Angel Alita, Akira, Vinland Saga, Blade of the Immortal. These are the ones off the top of my head. Twin Speaka, Sanctuary.
Yeah, Twin Speaka.
I'm so glad you loved it because I love that book.
Made me cry.
Mushishi and X by Clamp, even though it's on hiatus. One day.
So to go back to Sunfit Souls,
what's your favorite
or question? I can't remember which volume this is in, but I really enjoyed Delirium's story arc and when she finally finds destruction, and how he's retired. He's like, I don't want to do it anymore. No, I can't explain why. Actually,
do you remember what it was called?
No, that's what I was looking up. And Lionheart's on, so let me.
Oh yeah, my wife wanted to talk to you. But let me answer this really quick. Do you think Marvel will do an omnibus or anything interesting with Marvel Man? Are you talking about Miracle Man, who my wife always mistakes for Mr. Miracle? Because that's one of my questions I do have for David whenever I can talk to him again. Because it just seems like they dropped the character of Miracle Man after a while. Like the little standard size hardcovers were coming out and they kind of stopped that. So hopefully they will continue. Well, gotta run, Omar.
Bye, boy.
Thanks, brother. Thank you for watching. My question can wait. Excelsior to you and the chatters in the room. Thank you so much. All right, baby.
Okay.
I hate DC. That's a strong statement. I don't really hate a lot of
You
fans.
just said okay, and then you started.
Go ahead. All right. Yeah, I do love Hellsing. Don't call me out, but it's just not top 20 for me, though. I'm glad you like it, though. My phone's at 3%. I gotta go by. Bye. Okay, my wife, ladies and gentlemen.
So, the inside joke about Omar Talk Pretty One Day is from this book, Me Talk Pretty One Day, David Sedaris. It's memoirs. It's really good.
He's a
highly
comedian?
recommend it. Yes. He's a great writer. Heard him speak. So it's talking about his one of the stories is speech impediment, going to a speech therapist and stuff like that. So we used to play charades in our 20s, and we would be mean, and you look up a movie, a book, or something else, TV show. And we come up with the weirdest ones. And so Me Talk Pretty One Day, we didn't know what it was. We just looked it up. Was one that had to act out. And it just became an inside joke. We do things like J.C. Penney doing it right.
No,
Melanie in a pick.
You did things like that.
Melanie in a pickle suit. No, somebody else did that one. Good time. So that is Omar Will Talk Pretty One Day. That is
I do.
That's where it comes from. Again, I highly recommend it. I made a joke about reviewing it, but it's not a comic book, so.
Hey, Zoom, ask it again. I'm sorry. We get lost in the chat sometimes when we have a lot of questions. So please ask it again. And apologies to anybody whose question we do miss.
That's what I said. Complain.
Omar, what are your favorite Rick Remender books outside of Marvel? Fear Agent, 100%. That's his magnum opus to me. Also love Low and Deadly Class. Deadly Class is probably my second favorite. It's wonderful. Tokyo Ghost I even like the short-lived zombie series, even though he never finished and probably never will. That's collected in the what is that called? The Crawl Space collection. It's an oversized hardcover collection. But those are among my favorites. So there are Hellstrom Omnibus or Collected Edition coming out before we can watch the show. I only knew him from the Bendis New Avengers run. Yes, there's one coming out that was canceled, but re-solicited. There's also the Warren Ellis Omnibus that's still available to this day, or as of this video, it's still available.
Thank you, Mario, for the compliment. Well done. I love your show and tend to watch almost everything.
Thank you. What do you mean almost?
Well, if you got interested in the book, let me tell you, people aren't interested in Captain Marvel.
Roberto Rodriguez.
That's
Is Roberto still in the chat? That's Roberto Rodriguez's, that's his favorite Marvel movie. So
I didn't watch it.
That's for that crap you gave me earlier about Batman Year 2. If you're still in there, no mention of Black Science. Okay. Go back to Black Science because I forgot. Thanks, Green Lantern, for calling me out.
Omar. Okay. What's Black Science?
Black Science is also another great man. Okay, you're right. That's top 5. It is top 5. It's great. It's finished. Thanks for calling me out, though. I love it when you all remind me of things like that. So yes, you're right. Black Science belongs up there. What am I thinking? Take out Crawl Space. What the hell's wrong with me? Wasn't even finished. Have you read anything from Oni Press? How's it going, Ace? I'm loving
Archibald
Quality, Dryad, Merryman, and Rogue Planet. No, I have not. Have you?
You would know if I did.
There's Zoom's question. Omar, what's the release date on the Venom Omnibus Volume 3? Can I see this for a second? I had it written down. That was updated, so give me 1 second.
Oh, I meant to click on your question earlier, Zoom. His favorite alien movie is the second one. Aliens. And
correct.
Mine as well. And our daughters.
Yeah, my daughter. Although my daughter really appreciates the first one.
Oh, no, you're right.
Like, my daughter loves the original Alien. But then I think after a rewatch, she really liked what's it called? The Aliens. But only the director's cut exists in this house. Only the director's cut exists in this house. It looks like it's going to be October 28th for the Venom Omnibus Volume 3. That's the last one. Your first Omni, Bruce. What's up, brother? Was Venom Omnibus 1? Yeah, that's a good one.
And one day
I do like the Alien
collect all of these.
But I don't I haven't read anything past I haven't even read Alien 3, their adaptation, or what their stories past Alien 3. So I'm excited to get the Omnibus when they come out.
Alex watched you on Mundo Geek.
Thanks, brother. Muchas gracias, hermano.
Okay, let's bring in Helen Mirren.
Red. Thank you, Ace.
Red? Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, what is this? Show us your Blu-ray collection sometime. Okay. Speaking of Blu-ray, well, I got a little we got a gift from somebody, but I'll show it here in a little bit. I like to do it about the hour time. Okay, yeah, Roberto.
No, listen.
Oh.
Mr. also says here that the Kelly Thompson's Carol Danvers book is the shit. Why did I say like that is the shit?
Because you're old?
Like I was afraid to cuss or something.
It's the poop.
It was a lot of fun. And like just making a video about it made me enjoy it even more.
Yeah, you changed your grade when you made the video. You're like, wait, I actually like it more than I thought.
Now your turn. What was it?
It was Roberto Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm still here Omar. I love Captain Marvel. Like I would love to experience pissing a kid.
You were joking.
Yes, because he made that comment earlier about year 2.
Oh, okay.
My first omnibus. Boy, you got a big omnibus. That Doom Patrol omnibus was huge. I love Doom Patrol by him. All right, yes, I agree. Predator 2 was a solid movie. I know we didn't have Arnold, but we had Danny Glover. And sometimes I almost said Donald Glover. What's wrong with me? I don't have any omnibus, but I want to buy Absolute Carnage omnibus. Is it good? I had a lot of fun with it. I think it was a fun story. And my wife wants to review it after she finishes Spider-Man
versus Venom. I've
got one more issue of Spider-Man versus Venom
omnibus, and I'd like to do just a casual chat video and just flip through it and tell you my thoughts. And
because that's the only place you can find Maximum Carnage in oversized hardcover format,
which I felt went on too long. I never read Maximum Carnage, and I was a little disappointed. I wanted more Venom. I don't like Carnage.
What is wrong with Carnage?
I know it's your favorite. Because Venom has such better poetic lines.
He went from eating brains to helping babies.
Not in
Carnage always stayed crazy.
Okay, I like a little bit of growth. Secondly,
it's overrated.
It just, I don't know, he's just cooler. Carnage is too
Venom is cooler.
Yes!
Like a turd on the wind. In the wind. That's the line. Like a turd in the wind.
I'm not talking about the movie. Because Carnage is too bland.
That's like saying the Joker is bland.
Cliche. No, Joker can be witty. Carnage is never witty.
Yes, he is.
He just kills.
Dude, first Starman, now Carnage. You get one more strike.
I'm gonna buy. I'll buy you a Carnage T-shirt and make it up to you.
All right, Incorruptible did not. It did. It was gone like that. Incorruptible and Irredeemable Omnis were gone like that, and those are the softcover omnibus too. So sadly, they were gone quick. Now Boom, I can't. Boom has a weird. It's almost like they're afraid of reprints because it took them forever to do the Power Ranger reprints, and they said they would never do a irredeemable reprint of the hardcovers. I don't know why, but hopefully they'll reprint those softcover omnis. Greetings, really enjoy your reading orders of DC. Saludos de Mexico. Muchas gracias, hermano.
Okay, somebody asked me about great female characters. I gotta think about it. You have such a good memory. I can't remember. It's embarrassing. Donny Cates agrees with Melanie.
Fine, Donny Cates and Melanie can write a comic book, and it's called Why I Hate Venom. Hick Vengers and FF. We really need these reprints. Please pass it. He knows. As Fantastic Four was voted in our top 10, so he knows that Fantastic Four needs a reprint. But whether they want to make it
Carnage
or not,
is the 90s.
We'll see. Any thoughts on Simon Spurrier's Hellblazer? I haven't read it, but I'm excited to because I haven't enjoyed Hellblazer with the exception of Justice League Dark since the Vertigo run ended. This one here, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Omar, have you done a video highlighting your favorite foreign comics? Would love to... No, but I do need to do a top 10 Boom and a top 10 foreign comics that are not manga. You're right.
Hey, what about doing a room tour after we clean up?
Yeah, they know. November is my deadline, or I quit the show.
Okay, that's what I was gonna. Or you quit the show? Yeah,
I do. They know. Anytime somebody asks me to do a video, I'm like, all right, I give myself a deadline, or I'm leaving the show, or I end the show. Is what I say. If I don't give myself a deadline, what's the point?
November is when you're taking off old reader, new reader.
Yeah, so I can focus down here, and I have a lot of reading to do. My favorite Batman story is The Long Halloween. It is also my first. That's a wonderful story too. Same. It's Jeff Loeb. And that one's Tim Sell.
I'm going to look around at the comics. Find my answer.
She's going to get up in the middle of a live show?
I can't find the answer to that question.
Okay. At this moment, I just want to remind you, everybody watching, to hit that like button if you haven't hit like yet, and subscribe. We can be found on Patreon, Redbubble. Great ways to support the channel. Thank you to our patrons. We started a $1 tier in our Patreon where the $1 tier gets the written documentation of all the reading orders, including like the missing issues that I left out.
Sorry.
Had to mute myself to make sure my stuff's okay. But anyway, back to the questions. When Omar leaves, I look forward to the Melanie and Dan episodes. Yeah, let them handle the Q&A. And I'm just leaving old reader, new reader for a month. Not leaving the show. Omar, who is the most unapologetically masculine character in comics? Guts. Guts ain't got no time for kids like Wolverine. Wolverine at least has this heart. And he's like, I'm going to be a father. Guts like, I don't give a crap about anything except one person. And I'm going to make sure no matter what, I get that person back. And it sucks. By the way, one of our old reader, new readers in October is going to be the first 13 volumes of Berserk. And I cannot wait to talk about that with Maddie and Amanda. They've never read it. Oh, I can't wait. Blade runs. Mark Guggenheim's run on Blade is awesome. Juso's asking about any good Blade runs. I love Guggenheim's run on Blade. It's collected in a complete collection. Does Black Canary feature at all in the Grell stuff? I was on the fence, but she would tip me over to buy. Yes, she's kind of literally. What's interesting about the Grell stuff is that somebody did correct me, by the way, but I love you all when you correct me on my videos. In my video, I said that Ollie does not even call himself Green Arrow. Dinah only goes by Dinah, not Black Canary, because that's how much streetwise that Grell wanted to make those books in Seattle. They're that awesome. But yes, she is like the secondary character. Now, there's some controversial things that happen to her in the Long Bow Hunters that kind of pushes Ollie over the edge. And I mean controversial in the way that her character was treated. But I will say this. For those people that are complaining now and complaining then, these are the kind of stories that he would take from headlines. So these things really happen to women, to kids, to people in these stories. So he was always bothered, Grell, by the people that complained about his stories being, too graphic or the treatment of women. And his answer has always been, but these are the things that were happening, and I wanted to show what was happening and be true to what was happening in real life. So if you're disgusted by this comic, reality,
do something about it.
Reality check, these things are happening. So take that as you will.
I found a random answer. Karikado.
What? What was the question?
About strong female characters, or my favorite. Because I read this, 2 decades ago.
She did.
And she inspired me because she was trying to figure out who she was, and then she was unapologetic about it. That's why. And
that's a good
Melina from Saga, which is signed.
Oh, yeah. I met BKB. I forgot about that. Nice guy.
Just when she's giving birth, and she's like, am I shitting? It feels like I'm shitting.
So, true to life.
Good question. Good choice.
Commander Zero, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
But let me see what you wanted. The updated Super Sons Omnibus is still incoming this year. Also, best Kang stories. Smash that like button, everybody. Thank you. Best Kang stories to me is the Kang Dynasty, and it is the tail end of the Kurt Busiek run. I don't care if it's 13 issues, so it went over a year of storytelling, but it is freaking perfection. I love it. But to appreciate it, I think you would have to read the Kurt Busiek and George Perez run, and then wrap it up with the Kang Dynasty.
Okay, so
wait, there was a second part to his question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is still coming this year, but it does have a delayed. I think it's in December now, the Super Sons book. So Matthew E, thank you for the super chat.
Opposite of what Chris Claremont said, isn't it? Which was such a fun interview. Did you see Rob Liefeld's tweet saying the X-Men office needs to watch the 90s cartoon to remember what made the characters good? Pretty cringe.
No, I haven't. I need to. I don't do our PR except twice a week to look at questions, and that's why it takes me a long time sometimes to get to the tweets and Instagram and emails. But I always do. I promise I do get back to everybody, and that's why I started doing this show. But I also haven't kept up with people's tweets. So he's saying that the X-Men office needs to watch the 90s cartoon to remember what made them characters good.
Did Chris
Claremont doesn't remember. Like he got the 90s cartoon mixed up with Pride of the X-Men.
Oh,
because he was talking about the Australian Wolverine accent.
That's what
Which I don't. It's Chris Claremont, so I can only correct the man so much, right? Like. I can't be like,
you were so quiet during that interview. Oh my god!
It's like talking to God. Like, what am I gonna say?
Talking to God.
I got nothing to add. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, man, that was really great, Claremont. Go to Avengers Forever.
Nope. Hello, Omar. Hi, Melanie. My favorite moment of my Saturday.
Oh, thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you so much, brother.
An awesome place. It looks like that you're at in that picture.
There we go. I gotta agree with
Avengers
my boy
Forever,
Kane.
The best Kang story.
So Avengers Forever is part of that Kurt Busiek run, right? And Avengers Forever fixes a lot of these issues that people had with a lot of bad Avengers storylines, including The Crossing. But I think I'm one of the few people that like The Crossing. But, The Crossing had some really bad elements. Or also, the abuse that Hank gave Janet and things like that. All of that was explained in those pages of Avengers Forever.
Ace didn't know that you talked to her.
Didn't know.
Like talking to
nice.
Okay, Mario, this is a really good question. Whenever you have a creator on the show, will you take questions from the audience in advance? Now, wait. I noticed there's so many good questions, but Omar, like I just said, he felt like he was talking to God. He did not want to interrupt, and right? I feel like that was a different situation. Am I correct?
Well, no,
you were like,
it was one of those things too that we didn't know it was going to work. He had never done a StreamYard meeting. I didn't know 100% if I was going to have him on the show. So literally, when this little icon popped up, like we have a live video with Chris Claremont at 10 a.m. and I was interviewing him at 11:30, you all found out when I found out that I was having him on. So normally, yes, of course, I would take your all's questions ahead of time. So anytime I have a creator on, I would love to have some questions ahead of time. That'd be awesome. Because I don't like to be the only one asking questions, because I know you all do. And I did get through all the super chats, but it was just finding that time to talk to
he really enjoyed telling stories, right?
He's a storyteller, so
slower than you. Which is fine.
Oh my God, that's what I'm gonna turn into Chris Claremont. I don't give a crap about anybody's answer or questions. Let's get in. What I missed?
Hey, Meow. We talked about Me Talk Pretty one day. Female characters.
Wolverine Volume 1 Omnibus. Both covers will be restocked in a month or two. Absolute Carnage will be restocked in case you missed it. DC is working on restocking their recent released books that have just gone out of print, including Green Arrow and Batman by Paul Dini. And what was the other thing? And David Gabriel answered some of the questions that you all had about the Defenders, adding those 3 issues to the Defenders. And then what are the chances of JMS, Spider-Man Volume 1, and Peter David Hulk Volume 1 coming back into print? And he said they will be soon. And to keep an eye on the channel.
So I don't know.
I added that part.
I don't know if Kid Flash is in the chat, but I wanted to read this live. He is thanking Lydia and me for the Spider-Ham review, and look at this postcard he drew.
Oh, that's
awesome. So this is definitely going on the fridge. You guys, I love pictures. I still have all the pictures that my high schoolers drew me years ago, and it means a lot. It says, "Hello, Astonishing Melanie and young Miss Lydia. I'm watching your reviews in a flash at a cafe." Oh.
I remember those.
Your reviews in a flash as mother and daughter are so cool. I'm a dad of 3 girls, so this hits home. God bless you. I'm an independent comic book guy doing my own projects out west. I write and draw my own stuff, do some inking, etc. But my gosh, I did so love your reviews. I don't per se draw pigs and so on, but I sketched this at the cafe as your video 8-minute. Yeah, they're not. We need changes, but it's not reviewing a flash. That's right, video played on. Best funniest line: "Stop giving your mother that look." You understand. A great team of Kid Flash. Thank you so much. If you're here, or are you going to watch this on reruns? Oh, it says trademark Marvel Entertainment on there.
Wow, that's so nice.
Cute. Thanks. And I already told Lydia that she needs to read this. So.
And then I got a couple of things to show.
So we have a PO box.
Yep.
Here, I'll get that while you're.
Okay.
I'll put
it's
that
under
on the screen
banners.
Because put it on the fridge. Send a picture in.
So here's our PO box where you can send us stuff. Thank you so much to my good buddy Kyle, who watches the show and sent me, for the first time I have this, Ghost in the Shell in 4K. This is not the Scarlett Johansson movie, but the anime in 4K. And it's not Ghost in the Shell.
It's really pretty cover.
2.0. It's literally Ghost in the Shell. Like, just, this is probably the best physical copy that we're ever going to get. Because physical media is just going away, you know? So thank you so much to my buddy Kyle. And we got some pictures. Oh, we have a couple super chats. Oh, here's for the good news of JMS Spidey Volume 2. Yeah, so keep an eye on the channel. I'll let you know when those go. We'll be putting the catalog and stuff like that. Here in the next couple of weeks, they're working on the catalog. And so I will, as soon as I know something. Love you guys. Any hope for an X-Men Fold of Mutants reprint announcement next year? Probably. I say so, because we made Inferno happen. You all helped. You all voted for Inferno, even though I didn't even put it on there. I love it. We got so many votes for Inferno, and I talked to David. I'm like, look, this has to happen somehow. And, you know, first I thought they were just going to do Inferno and reprint it as the oversized hardcover. Just put a freaking omnibus dust jacket on there. But no, they're adding the companion. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, why did they add a companion? Why didn't they add the prologue? Because honestly, nobody's going to buy the companion. Prologue will probably be reprinted as some kind of omnibus. So there you go. We're getting more than we thought we were going to get.
Says Murph, I'm going to build a time machine just to go back in time and be your teacher.
There you go. And then we've got a couple of pictures to show because you can also send them digitally. This is from Julian Bertone. Thank you so much for these pictures, but I wanted to show them and share them with everybody in the chat. So we got a picture. Here, let me do this really quick.
That's cool.
Got a picture of Iron Man right there. Thank you so much, Julian. Got a picture of Superman.
Oh, wow.
I love this one.
Oh, neat.
This tree. I really like your
I like trees.
That should be on a t-shirt. You sound like you damn hippie.
I like trees.
And Batman. So thank you so much, Julian. Yeah, and if you can't get to our P.O. box, we just like physical stuff. We like physical postcards because we don't get these anymore. We just get bills in the mail. Thank you so much for sending those.
When I was at the post office, I was on the phone with him, and I was like, oh, I got a letter. So let's see. Oh yeah, send in your art.
Yeah, anybody send in, email us or send it to us through postcard. We got a couple of donations already for our big 30,000 subscriber giveaway. So we got a couple of Omnis to give away. We're getting close. I mean, we're almost at 29,000. So one more 1,000. Is that how you say it? What are you guys thinking about the upcoming King in Black event? Because I'm super hyped. This is something that he's been building on, you know, since honestly, all his books connect, right? So that's why we're getting a Cosmic Volume 1 by Donny Cates. Even his Thor run, his Doctor Strange, everything has been leading up to this moment. But most of it, of course, was introduced in the pages of Venom. But I cannot wait. I am so excited for this.
Alex Delano says, how do you feel about Tom Holland as Spider-Man?
He's good. He's a good Spider-Man.
Amanda needs to answer that question.
Yeah, Amanda was like, oh my God. But yeah, he's
cute. I miss the adult Peter Parker, but I mean, he's cute.
He'll get there. Just give him about 10 years.
Well, he's older than his character.
Hey, Omar, have you picked up Absolute Fourth World by Jack Kirby yet? What do you think of the Fourth World series? Well, reading through it for the first time in omnibus format. So I know a lot of you all have asked me if I was going to pick that up or Preacher Omnibus, but I can only double dip so much. You know, if DC wants to send me these books, that's one thing, but buying them to do a video, that's another thing, because I mean that's an expensive book. So I have not picked up the Fourth World Absolute. It looks beautiful. Gabe Loves Comics has done I think he doesn't do videos much anymore, but he broke out his rule and did a video on it if you want to see what it looks like. It's a beautiful book. I probably won't get it because I have the omnibus, and reading it through the first time, I will say it was hard to get through at first, but now I'm enjoying the series that are in there.
Let's see. Yes, Green Lantern. I will post a picture when the fridge is full of pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just rip off our girls' artwork and their grades and just replace them with fan art.
Dude, they've been up there for a year. Drew B was asking, and Derek Tyler answered about Resident Evil comics. He's like, why aren't there any? And Derek's saying, there's nothing current. I'm playing my first Resident Evil game right now, Resident Evil 2, the remake. And it's a lot of fun. The part where you fall through the floor is the only part that's made me jump so far, though. I was like, why am I falling?
Do you like Silver Age Green Lantern comics? There's not a lot of DC Silver Age that I like, or Golden Age, but that's just me. That's why Fourth World or Kamandi, pretty much the Jack Kirby stuff, I do enjoy. Where can I buy an omnibus if I'm from Mexico? This is a good question. Alex, you can probably pick it up from Amazon. I know that Cheap Graphic Novels and In Stock Trades, they do ship internationally, and it might be worth checking out to see how much shipping is if you're ordering more than one book, though. Make it worth your time and money, of course. Hi, Omar. I just bought 5 Spider-Man and Venom, Superman Exile, Death of Superman, Omnis, all thanks to you and Jim Mint. Thanks, Omar. You are more than welcome, man. I hope you enjoy them.
Looks like Grim Mint with a GRM.
Grim Mint. That's somebody started Grim Mint channel.
The arch nemesis of Jim Mint is Grim Mint. Sounds like an 80s cartoon.
Will physical comics stop and switch to digital? I will be devastated if that happens. This is a question that pops up a lot. For as long as there's going to be trees and the means to print these books out and collectors that refuse to die and give up on it, I don't think physical comics are going away. I think things are going to be changing, of course. And I think DC is trying to lead that flagship by, separating themselves from Diamond. They closed down their retail page, so that's not good news, So one of the things I think is going to be impacted before the physical going away of comics is I think we're going to see a lot of comic book stores close. Not the big ones, but the little ones that just can't. There's not much of a markup on these books. And on top of that, you're losing your discount because not everything is sold through Diamond. And this is something I've talked about in the past. And I try to stay positive, but I'm also a realist, and I realize that will be the first thing we see is the just almost like it'll be overnight. A lot of these little shops are going to close, which sucks, right? And I love going to shops. One of my favorite videos to do is, well, not in the last half year, but is going to different comic book stores and taking video footage of the stuff that I find there. So,
and I guess when you think about it, like bookstores, books, I feel like they'll always be in print physically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, however, there aren't that many small bookstores. Oh, wait a second. Around. So, it's because, and I'm guilty of this too. You just order from Amazon because it's so easy. Like, oh, hey, Beowulf come out. I'm going to just click. There you go. I've got it.
But there's a certain wonder and beautiful thing about comic book shops, and I'm even talking about
they're so personalized, right?
Yeah,
you go in and it's got its own personality, and people are talking with each other and hanging out and playing card games.
My favorite comic book shops that you don't agree with are the ones that are completely disorganized, and I know a lot of people don't like shops like that, but I'm a huge fan of. I thought you like organization and
if it's like my desk.
No.
Cricket.
I don't understand that comment, but
no, stop. The Collector. Yes, I'll have my class send in their art and comics that they make in class for our comics PBL.
Thank you.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
we'll show them off. Are you going to show your shelfies? Yes, November. I'll be doing a tour of my room again. Hey, Omar, I'm trying to sell my trade paperbacks to upgrade to Omnis. How do I go about it? I've listed the full Jeff Johns Green Lantern run on eBay to no success. I've done a video on this. One of the best advice I can give you is either join a Facebook group, because you don't want to get caught with eBay fees, especially if it's something like a trade paperback, right? Unless it's super, super rare. Reddit, it's a good place. Craigslist, there's nothing wrong with Craigslist. In Facebook, well, depending on where you're going, always go in a well-lit area. But yeah, those places instead of eBay. eBay is if you have something rare and you know that there'll be a bidding war for it. But if you have something that's pretty accessible to everybody and you just want to get rid of it to upgrade, then I definitely recommend some. There's the Facebook Omnibus Collectors group. There's the Epic Collectors, Marvel Epic Collection group. They do nothing but trade paperbacks. You can try to sell them there. So there's wonderful groups out there for everybody, and those two are the biggest ones that I recommend.
Somebody mentioned that. What about monthlies, floppies going the way of digital? If they're trying to, save some money.
I think they're trying to do that. They're trying to test the waters with some series. Like I thought I had read Valkyrie as one of those series that got canceled physically and going digitally. Some of the stories during the pandemic didn't wrap up in physical format. And I don't know if Freddie's still in the chat. He's the one that keeps up with this. But they didn't wrap up in physical format, wrapped up digitally, but the trade paperback is still coming out with the whole stories.
There's a question about from Chatasuk that what did I think when I first saw your collection?
Oh, from my boy Chandasuk?
Yeah, Chandasuk. What did I think what I got myself into? So the story is that I met Omar and saw his action figure collection. And I was like, whoa. And I said, it's so weird. I said, one day I want to grow up to be just like you, because I was like 21 and I thought he was like way older than me or something. No offense. Because you had your own like place, right? I'm still living with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And but this, he didn't have all this. This he amassed while we were married. So
yeah, that's 2003 is when I first started buying collected editions, other than the things that I had in the past.
Okay, so like before we were married.
Yeah, but I mean, in the past I've had like Batman Year 2, Batman Year 1, the things that actually came out, like Death, The High Cost of Living. Do you have any Dark Horse comics? And many, yes, I have a lot. I'm a big fan of Dark Horse comics, and I did my top 10 Dark Horse collected editions video 2 months ago. If you want to check that out, but I do have a lot. Harrow County. They're the ones that are doing the EC archives now. Creepy and Eerie magazine, the Hellboy library edition. Somebody asked what I thought about them, and I love Hellboy. They're wonderful. I would recommend reading Jerry Conway's take on the comics industry of today. He put out this week. I saw somebody emailed me a link to it. I haven't read it yet, so that's going to be interesting. I respect a lot of his thoughts. Do I have any CGC comics? Somebody asked this last week. I'm a firm believer in opening up my comics and reading them. Even my, rare books that I have, I appreciate and don't demean in any way the people that collect CGC books. I think it's wonderful. It keeps a lot of these comic stores alive, honestly, and it's keeping the comic book industry alive, looking for that one variant. So to answer your question, I have 4, and each one of these were sent to me by fans. So thank you all for sending them to me, and I will never get rid of them. That's just the way that I am. Anything I get sent, like, unless I'm told to donate or anything, I don't get rid of, because you guys are wonderful and go out of your way to send me things, and I would be such an asshole to get rid of it. Like, I can't do that. Is there any way to get a custom Omni with a specific reading order and custom cover, dust jacket? Love learning from you. Okay, if they're already made, yes, you can do that. If you want to, like, say you're like, man, I really like Mark Andreyko's Manhunter. I don't know why that's on my mind. You would have to find somebody to map it for you, because the easy way would be like, okay, I'll just do the first 4 trade paperbacks. But his run didn't finish then. His run finished in the backup of Detective Comics. So you would have to find those issues of Detective Comics, and those know which one they are, and then add them to your trade paperbacks to put them all together and send away for a custom omnibus. And then on top of that, you would have to design now there's people that do it. I have a buddy of mine. If anybody needs a custom dust jacket, my buddy Kevin designs them for people, and you get it printed. You can get them printed. And I think depending on where you are, you can usually get them printed at like here, at least here in America, at like Office Depot or your own printer places on like that. Thoughts on Blade? Blade's awesome. I'm a big fan. I just suggest, I think you were asking about what was the best Blade run, and I suggested the Mark Guggenheim run. But even his old Dracula stuff is awesome, dude. I love it. Taylor? Is that Taylor? My buddy Taylor?
Yeah, could you get Rob Liefeld to unblock him on Instagram?
What did you do? I have to ask, what did you do to get blocked by Rob? Well, then again, I don't know. I don't keep up with Rob Liefeld or what he does on Instagram. Omar, who's your favorite duck artist? Carl Barks or Don Rosa? Those are the 2 choices, right? Most of us think. Don Rosa. Don't get me wrong, Carl Barks will always be the good duck artist, right? But I think Don Rosa perfected it. So, yes. Is there any chance, by any chance, is there a trade paperback route for the content in the Paul Dini Batman Omnibus? As a matter of fact, Anthony, yes, it's in my Batman reading order. I go through each of the trades, and I even mention which ones, like, the Dini is just Dini, right? They leave out the Chris Yost stories and things like that from Streets of Gotham. So if you go back and look at that, I think it's part 3 of the Batman reading order. I go through all the ones that are written by Dini and what you're missing. What's up, Omar Reyes? How's it going, brother? Best Kirkman series, Invincible. 100% Invincible. If you have not read it, it's a lot of fun. Can you foresee Go-Go Power Rangers getting a deluxe oversized hardcover treatment like the gorgeous main series? I'm hoping they do. But that series, even though Ryan Parrott wrote it, like it's not as popular as the Mighty Morphin series. But I hope Boom sees the sales of Mighty Morphins. Like, we need to do a Go-Go year one. And on top of that, they add the Pink Ranger series. Will Blade of the Immortal Deluxe hardcover be similar to the Berserk? Yes. So Blade of the Immortal finished in 30 volumes, right? Or 30 tankobons, the small size books. So there's going to be at least 10 of those in deluxe hardcover. The question that I have that no one's answered because I've reached out to Dark Horse, is it going to be printed left to right or right to left? Never in America has it been printed right to left. It's only been printed left to right because they've used the cut and paste of each panel in America. So I don't know if they're going to do that or do it in the traditional Japanese right to left.
I'll do this one. Time Breed Collectors, bro. I'm going back and forth between the stream and my online bio class, and this dude is talking about atoms so much, and literally all I can think about is that sweet X-Men
box set. That's
what's fun about comics, connecting it to life, and so I'm glad.
Hit this one and then go back because I have to. Vigilante, take care. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, sorry, but where would I send custom omnis to get mapped and made? And what's Kevin's contact info? Mitchell, email us. Sorry. If you go to Banner, I have our email address. Oh, I'm sorry, brand. It is at nearmintcon@gmail.com. And just email us here. Just at gmail.com. So it's just nearmintcon@gmail.com.
There it is.
Right here. Thank you so much, baby. And I'll get you in contact with him. As far as where to send them, there's a couple places. Houchin was my favorite one. Houchin, however you pronounce it. I'll tell you that in the email too. 'Cause I don't have the time to do them anymore. Otherwise, I'll be like, I know a guy that can map them for you. His name is me. Omar.
Lionheart, thank you. What's more important to you in a comic book? The cover art, the art inside, or the story of the comic book? Well, I'm going to just say not the cover art.
Never judge a book?
Well, it's just one part, and there's so much more.
For me, it's always the story. I think I don't hide the fact that I'm not the biggest Jeff Lemire art fan on this channel. But I mean, the story of Sweet Tooth pushed me to finish reading it. Oh my God, Excalibur had some of the worst artwork after Alan Davis left. But the story is what pushed me to read it. So for me, it's the story. I know for a lot of people, it's the art. But then again, I go back to like Spawn. I'm not the biggest fan of Spawn, the story, but the art is what kept me to reading those.
Mr. Awesome, Don Ross's art was too detailed for my taste. Sparks is more on model. I can see that.
Oh yeah. Like it's a classic take. It's a classic look, the Carl Barks. But Rosa, I love details, so that's why I enjoy it more. Oh my, okay. Did you get any of the SNK games? I always hear they were big in South America, Mexico, and the Latino community. I'm a big SNK dude. King of Fighters was my jam.
Is it because you went to the arcade?
Because I would hang out at the arcade, yeah. So Rob and I have this big feud. Like he can whoop my ass. I'm not gonna lie. Rob is better at me. I hate to admit it. In Street Fighter Alpha Gold, right? 2 Alpha Gold 2 Alpha Gold, whatever. But I can whoop his ass in King of Fighters 96, 97, 90. Oh, I would tear anybody up in King of Fighters, except that dude that was dressed up like Terry Bogard at that.
And he'd throw his hat when he'd win. Okay.
So we went to a convention and they had a King of Fighters tournament, and this dude was whooping everybody. He was dressed up like Terry, and I remember looking at him. I said, yeah. All right. Here's the deal. When you whoop me, because you're going to, you got to throw your hat up in the air and say, okay. And he did. So
that's fun. Ace asks, will you do a list of your favorite adult comics? I'm looking for recommendations outside of Sunstone.
Anything by Manara. Oh, he draws the ladies so well. He's really good. What was the question?
Just start thinking.
What are the chances we get a reprint of Captain Britain omnibus? That's going to be a hard sell. mainly because the first printing didn't sell that well. The character is so obscure. They can try to make it an Alan Moore Captain Britain omnibus, but I mean, it did sneak into the top 10 most wanted reprints. So I mean, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. You get him to unblock me on Twitter? What did you all do to Rob Liefeld?
Commander Zero needs Berserk Volume 3.
Man, I need Berserk Volume 3. All the volumes, the ones they're not getting rare. They're evergreen, so they will be back in print. It might be a little harder to find from time to time, but they are getting ready to print them. When you click on that, whenever you do this one. Omar's still keeping that box secret news. As soon as Marvel says yes, as soon as Marvel says I can tell you all, I'll make a video. Then we all get excited together.
He didn't even tell me.
She don't even know.
Did, and I forgot.
I don't tell you. That's between me and David. Never read anything by Peter. Never read anything by Peter David. What's a good story to jump into? If you're looking,
Awesome says spectacular Spider-Man.
He does have a good spectacular Spider-Man. Right? Damn. Okay, I'll give you one from DC, one from Marvel, and to limit myself. So for Marvel, his X Factor Volume 2 is perfection. I don't know why we don't have those in omnibus format. I know they weren't the hottest selling things, but there's a cult following for a reason. His DC, I'm going to say Supergirl. The best Supergirl I've ever read in my life. His independent, Fallen Angel. And that's kind of cheating because Fallen Angel is kind of like a following of Supergirl. So there you go. And that was my second choice. Spider-Man 2099, followed up by Hulk, which is still my favorite Hulk run. So he's written a lot of things. So there's some ideas. Symbiote Spider-Man, you really like that.
Approved.
It's Melanie approved.
Give me a sticker. Ding. You moved your hand.
I did. Right here. 100%. Top 20 favorite manga of all time, Blade of the Immortal. You know what? Top 10 favorite manga of all time. Getting the Berserk treatment? Oh, yes. All day, every day. I'm glad
Andrew, you look like a gentleman and a scholar. That's an awesome picture.
There's a good picture.
It's very
You got
dramatic.
a window. All you need is a cigar, a cognac. No, wait. Cognac. Maybe some bourbon. That's bourbon. What are your favorite Sean Murphy comics? Any thoughts on Punk Rock Jesus is awesome. But I loved his Tokyo Ghost and the White Knight. His artwork is phenomenal in both of those series. So those are probably my favorites. Will Marvel reprint Clone Saga? Okay, we need to talk about this.
And Ben Reilly Volume 1.
I want to pick up the whole Clone Saga.
You didn't finish reading.
Can I just have that?
Out of print and expensive. I know Clone Saga is polarizing, but I personally love it.
It's crazy. You like reading, I want to pick up the whole Clone Saga. Just reading that sentence 10 years ago, people were making fun of the idea of Spider-Man Clone Saga Omnis. And then it happened. And two of them sold out, and they're two of the most expensive ones. I say yes, they'll be reprinted. We'll make that happen. But it might be a little bit. Are you guys into 2000 AD? Judge Dredd, Halo Jones. What we saying? Check out NMC on Redbubble. Thank you, Jake. What a gentleman. 2000 AD contacted me. Really, really cool. And they sent me a box of Judge Dredd.
It's on the stairs.
It's not on the stairs. It's at the top.
Practically on the stairs. Just saying.
The Case Files, volumes 1 through 6, and then the Essential Judge Dredd, and I'll be doing an overview of those after. I'm serious, guys. I've spent all week reading this to prepare the video. To give those books proper justice, because I've read zero Judge Dredd. I've seen the movies. That's it. Omar, I can beat you in KOF. I can definitely beat Rob in Street Fighter. I play. That's right. You are the professional. Were you the dude that whooped me wearing the Terry Bogard outfit? And that's my boy. What is his name? Sanjuro from. Was that his name? Sanjuro from Samurai Showdown 2 or 3? 3, right? Your little icon there. You could. I'm older now. My reflexes are slower. It's on the stairs.
Oh, I meant.
It ain't like she's ever tripped over them.
Read them.
Yes, boss.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to.
I was thinking it was a question that I missed.
Glenn, he's asking if they'll ever reprint Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3. Yeah. I think it'll happen next year, too. I'm almost willing to bet on it. Do out-of-prints really get printed? I'm planning to buy the now War of the Kings and Annihilation Conquest. They do come back into print. More so now than ever before. Before, and I'm not tooting my own horn here. I don't know if y'all know what that means. But before I started talking to Marvel, they were only printing like 2 to 4 omnis, reprinting 2 to 4 omnis. I'm sorry, omnibus. That's what David calls it. So I try to call it that. But y'all call it whatever you want to. Omnibuy, omnibuses, omniboot, whatever. They were only reprinting 2 to 4 a year. And now we're getting like 10 every quarter. You guys, it's amazing the relationship we've built with Marvel. And it's I'm very humbled by that. It's very cool how close we work, and he has my list of things. It's so cool to have a little voice in this huge thing, right?
That speaks to him in the middle of the night, gives him calls, and
I wish Chris Claremont David would call me. What are the chances of an omnibus of Annihilation? Oh, this is a reprint. Yes. So does the reprint of Annihilation give us hope? 100%. Yeah. They'll be back. Just give it some time, though. Unless you got all that money. Omni boobs.
That makes me think of like omnipresent. It's like boobs that are everywhere.
I've had dreams like that.
Let's see. Do you think Donny Cates Thor goes back around to Jason Aaron's Thor stuff since
Knowles basically
first appeared in God of Thunder?
Yeah. They're coming. Everything's going to be connected. Omar, do you know if American Vampire is still getting a volume 2? When Scott Snyder decides to wrap up that run, yes, it will. I think we'll get it.
Can you hold it up again?
Can you show the? Yeah, it's huge. It's over 1,400 pages. Spoilers. I love this spine. Look at that spine. Solid. I know some people might think it's a little too much, but I think it's a solid spine. I love the number 1 at the bottom. I like how the
L is like off.
Yeah, it looks like it was purposely left cut.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure. Just a stylistic choice.
I like
it. Are we? Okay. Are we ever getting Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2?
I'm just trying to sneeze. My sneeze and mute it.
Oh. You can sneeze. It's okay.
Are we getting the Ultimate Spider-Man? You were trying to hold in a sneeze. Your head might blow up.
You can sneeze on the show.
Quit yelling at me. Are we getting Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 omnibus? Okay, so I have tried to talk to David about Ultimate Spider-Man. And I think a lot of it comes from the original sales of Ultimate Spider-Man omnibus and, the Barnes exclusive omnibus, Barnes & Noble exclusive omnibus, and then the OHCs. Those were they weren't top sellers. But I think that was also a long time ago, and now there's more people that consider those nostalgic. There's more people that are older and would be willing to buy them. So I would love for them to test the waters by reprinting Volume 1 of Ultimate Spider-Man and with a confirmation that Volume 2 is coming out. But I don't know. He seems like really hesitant on it. But, we'll see. I'm going to try to make it happen. It's not even for me. Like, if I had to make something happen, it'd be New Warriors Volume 2. But I'm doing it for you guys. I love you all. And I know how much a lot of you want that to happen. So I promise it will happen. I'm going to try to make it to happen. Okay? Let's see what else we got. Do you think that one day we will reprint Thor, Avengers, and more omnibus? Yeah, one day they will. But if you're talking about the Silver Age, that's a tougher sell. Oh, no. More DC, I told you!
Yeah, like...
I try to hold it in. Hey,
you're just so polite.
Omar, do you think the New 52 Earth 2 comics would get omnis? The Earth 2? We're getting a box set of Earth 2 books. It's a weird box set, but yeah, I think they will. I mean, we got a Stan Lee presents the DC Universe Omni. So I think one day we will. Okay, this is an excellent question.
Is it necessary to pre-order Marvel Omnibus now?
Marvel Comics would say yes. Marvel Comics likes to know ahead of time how many books to print. in order for them to do that, they have to see the pre-order numbers. In order to see the pre-order numbers, retailers have to, show an interest in a book. The only retailer that does, because they have their own algorithm, is Amazon, right? But places like In Stock Trades, they base their pre-orders, or cheap graphic novels, because there is no pre-order option there. They base it, purely on numbers, or In Stock Trades tries to base it on DCBS pre-orders or Tales of Wonder pre-orders. But the short answer is yes, it is very important to pre-order if you can. But I understand, let's wait to see what kind of big discount I can get the day it comes out, of course.
I forgot.
Oh, wait, you're talking about Earth 1. You're right. The Earth 1 is the one that's coming out with the box set. And you asked about Earth 2. Thank you for correcting me. I don't know about Earth 2, but that's the only place to get the JSA stuff, which I love. And I miss JSA in DC. Name a legendary... Uncanny Omar?
No, there we go. We
Top
need
pretty
like
one day.
A meme that pops up. Somebody says you sneezed pretty one day.
Name a legendary writer you would like to come back to a series they have written in the past, excluding Claremont. As we know, Omar's answer, that would be my first answer. For me, Stern on Spider-Man. That's a great answer. He did come back for the Gauntlet, right? Like he was back in the Gauntlet writing the Juggernaut fighting Spider-Man. That was pretty classic. A classic writer to come back on a series. Damn, what a good question. Well, no, he did. Kurt Busiek and Roy Thomas did a little bit of work on Conan, so I can't. Let me think. John Byrne on Alpha Flight might be fun. Mark Waid on Flash. That would be a lot. Well, no, he did that too. How about Marv Wolfman on New Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Marv Wolfman on New Teen Titans. Alan Moore on Superman.
Good answer.
When I think of Alan Moore on Superman, though, like he only wrote like 2 or 3 issues, but okay, Walter Simonson, though, I know it's cheating, but he's writing that Ragnarok series, and if you haven't read it, it's a hella fun.
Hella fun.
Kurt Busiek, yeah, I would love for them, both of those guys, to come back on Avengers. Would be awesome. No more Watchmen. I don't think Alan Moore would do anymore. Alan Moore's like, I wrote all of Watchmen. Why do they keep bringing it back?
Oh, now I get the omnibus. It sounds like you're saying omniboobs instead of omnibooze.
Yeah, I'm saying omniboo. Since the Miles Morales omnibus were released, I want to see the prequel series running up to it. There are going to be a lot of people who want to read Ultimate Run leading up to the origin of MM. I don't know why I'm reading it like that. Like you're angry, but I know you're not. You're right, and I think it's something that I can try to make happen. How about that? I don't know if it will or not. It's ultimately up to Marvel. But Omar, if you could revive a series that has been canceled, ended for more than 10 years, what would you choose? New Warriors, and not those New Warriors with Safe Space and Snowflake. I don't know what they're doing, but I think, are they coming back with? I don't know if that's coming back. Or the Guardians of the Galaxy by DNA. I would love Guardians of the Galaxy by DNA, but then again, Guardians of the Galaxy has been handed down. New Warriors, classic New Warriors, Darkhawk. I know I'm a sucker for Darkhawk, but yeah. Do you think House of M would get an omnibus? Yeah, I think House of M will get an omnibus for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure, one day it will. House of M and Civil War, they'll get omnis.
Do you know if Absolute Sandman is still evergreen with everything going on in DC?
As far as I know, whether they'll have the Vertigo logo or not on those books, probably not. It'll probably be the Black Label when they get reprinted. But they're going to be evergreen. It's Sandman. They need to refresh that IP.
Figured you would have said Bendis or Miller.
Oh, Miller. What? No, it's Miller. I've been corrected.
Let's see. How about Starlin on Silver Surfer?
That would be cool. With Ron Lim on artwork. Oh, God, yeah. Thirdly, the Man of Steel. Hola, Omar, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, hermano. Any word on the restock of Paul Dini Omnibus? Yeah, man. Just said earlier. I'll say it again. I don't mind. DC made sent out an email saying that they would, they're trying to restock the things that have been recently out of print, and that is Green Arrow, because they're catching up from the pandemic, is what they stated. Green Arrow by Grell and Batman by Dini. Those two were mentioned. So,
hey, Project Viking, thank you.
Some dollars for the X-Men Chuck Austin on me. Tell him, man, I love this streaming Mulan as much as I love streaming Black Widow. Yeah, my man knows what's up. He knows. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Classic Rock 78. So, oh, look at that. Is that Garbage Pail Kids?
Yep, it's Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, you're saving for your retirement.
Look, she's cracking herself up on a Always Sunny in Philadelphia joke. She's still laughing. That's my wife, everybody.
Should I get the Swamp Thing Absolute that are getting reprinted next month?
Yeah, man. If you've never read it, I hope Volume 2, it's weird. Volume 2, like the catalog shows that it's still coming, but it doesn't have a definite date. That always scares me. It's not canceled. It's just there's no definite date on it. There's my buddy Chris, one of the guys that interviewed me on Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Hey,
and with this question, or iterations of this question have been in the chat for a while. Which one? Sandman, Omnibus, Deluxe, Hardcover?
The Absolute. If I had to choose for you and you had the money, I would go the Absolute way. They're just beautiful, perfect books. And I think it's the best edition available. The Omnibus, there's only 2 Omnis of that. Plus there's 3. There's a total of, I want to hold up 4 fingers. There's 3 Omnis of that.
Oh, mark out pretty one day.
I count all the time. And including Death and Overture and all that. But those I think are too thick. So maybe if you had to pick between both of those, go with the Deluxe edition.
Ryan's calling you out. You're like Chris Claremont. Listen, what titles from Bendis do you not like?
Why are you
like every
angry?
Video of you reviewing a Bendis book, you say you're not a fan, but you do enjoy the one you are reviewing.
All right, why don't
Chris said, I don't read the old stuff, and then he references the X-Men stuff that wasn't written by him.
I'll take that as a compliment. You compare me to Chris Claremont.
There's so many similarities between them.
The man helped build who I am. Okay, so what don't I like? Do you really want me? I don't like crapping on people's. That wasn't Bendis.
Oh, that was Miller.
Check yourself, Melanie.
Okay.
Check yourself.
I'm sorry. I was ever born.
So, all right. It does not take away from anybody that loves these books, but I'm not a fan of new Avengers. I know a lot of people like it, and I still recommend it to people as a new read. I'm not a fan of Powers. I am definitely not a fan of Superman.
Ryan wasn't yelling at you. I just like to yell at him.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. I am. Oh my God, it's Superman. Oh, it hurt. It hurts to read. How do you go from Tomasi and even Jurgens? Actually, Jurgens was solid. To the Bendis is. Oh my God, his Daredevil is acclaimed and wonderful, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Not a fan of Alias. I've read it twice. Never been a fan of that character, nor the book. I might shock some people, and I'm sure I lost a lot of respect from some people. That's just my personal opinion. Are we done?
I think you're.
Are we done?
Too scared or something?
I ain't scared.
Well, why are you nervous? You're like, because I don't anybody.
Because I don't like to because Alias could be like somebody's favorite book.
So that's okay. How are you going to change them by just saying you don't care for it? I'm like a therapist for you right now.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's okay. You have an opinion.
Okay. I'll stop there.
They're asking for your opinion. See? What's your opinion on Batman by Jeff Loeb Omnibus? Should I get it? Let's agree with everybody. Yes.
Astonishing Melanie and Uncanny Omar are the best of the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, brother. I like Man of Steel, but Action Comics is mid best. Okay, cool. I didn't even finish it. Bendis' Batman Universe. Actually, I did like that. I did like the Batman. I have the hardcover of that.
There you go. I was gonna say.
Hey Omar. Oh, I love your icon.
Yeah, that's cool.
That snake is like the tail is placed rather well. Hey Omar, what's your opinion on Batman by Jeff Loeb Omnibus? Should I get it? Yeah, if you don't. They're all the Haunted Night, Long Halloween, and Dark Victory. All kind of it's one ongoing story. And then the rest of the stories in there, like Catwoman When in Rome and all that, like, yeah, those are all great stories if you don't have the absolutes. And I think Absolute Dark Victory is completely out of print and crazy. No opinions allowed. Must agree with everyone.
Mm-hmm. Right. I already laughed about that. Gosh, keep up.
Okay.
That's an old joke.
Bendis wrote, I hate to call him this, but Bendis wrote the Walmart comics of Batman. And that's not like, I'm not making fun of it. It's just they were released exclusively at Walmart and then digitally. Oh. And then they made a collection of them. It's the Batman Universe collection.
See,
I still respect you. I just bought New Avengers Omnibus, but I'm not going to hate on you for not liking it. Thanks, man. The art is wonderful. Hey, Omar, don't know if you talked about Irredeemable Omni selling out quick. If so, I did. Both Irredeemable and Incorruptible are both out of print right now. So waiting, at least a diamond, waiting on Boom to make an announcement. I think being soft covers, those will probably be reprinted.
Everything is awesome, including your Zorak icon. I love
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh my gosh.
Love Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Space Ghost, you're the most from coast to coast.
They had a song like that?
It was the Ramones when they were on.
Bendis has big ideas and poor execution, and then throw his over-wordy dialogue where it feels like the characters are just talking over one another. He has good books.
That's a good.
But when he's bad, he's really bad. That's a good observation of Bendis' writing style. A lot of talking heads, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. But I get why people like him. Would you consider Conan peak human? If so, does that put him on par with Cap? Maybe a new story arc event project. Damn, that is a good question.
Fanfic right there. Fanfic crossover.
I want to put Conan up against Guts. Because both of them are peak. Guts doesn't give up, man. Guts, one arm got. Is that a spoiler? I don't want to spoil that. Never mind. Guts climbed up a freaking mountain of bodies with one arm. That's how badass Guts is, dude. While a bunch of demons are eating and. Never mind.
Yo. All right. Greg Garloo knows what's up. Space Ghost on DVD. Yep. Omar bought that for me years ago.
Sadly, they never did all of them. And, they're on HBO now, though.
The Brack Show. Very different. The Space Ghost. Oh, I love it. And you know what? The girls love it too. And then I'm like, I forget there's some adult things in there.
We quote the Brack Show all the time. Whenever I look,
fine-looking gentleman.
Whenever I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, who's this fine-looking gentleman?
Can't wait to go to sleep so I can wake up and go to sleep again. Oh, and I named my fish 3 hams from that episode.
She did name her fish.
Why don't you feed him 3 hams?
Would the Hulk epics include issues with ROM? Well, okay, so 2 things. Number 1, the Bill Mantlo, was it crossovers, I think? One of the big, thick pre-epic books leaves out the issue with ROM. However, in the Handbook of the Marvel Universe, ROM is in there. And Hulk, I didn't put this on the video, but I'll let you all know now. Hulk, the second omnibus, ROM's in a panel. I don't know if that slid by Marvel's radar before they were able to blur him out or take out that panel, but I was happy to see it there. So there you go. Regression. Thank you so much. Mega oh my goodness.
Shrimpser.
Guts would kill Conan, and I like Conan, right? Come on, man. Who doesn't want to see Guts versus Conan? That would be the manliest fight ever. Throw Wolverine in there too. Throw Wolverine in there, Conan and Guts. Oh, I don't know how much I'd pay for that. Oh my god. Woo. He's got goosebumps. Do you ever read Werewolf by Night? I have before. I made a mistake and sold my Tomb of Dracula omnis and my Werewolf by Night omnis a few years ago. Now I kind of want them back. Kind of like what I did with my Master Kung Fu omnis. Hey, Omar, first time viewing your Q&A. Love the Brubaker run on Captain America. Do you recommend any others from Brubaker? If you've not read his independent stuff, oh my gosh, Taylor. They're freaking awesome. Like Criminal, and that's being reprinted by Image later on. One of the biggest books I love so much. It's Wildstorm, but it's kind of DC, and that's Sleeper. It's awesome. Scene of the Crime. It's short and sweet. Pretty much anything that he does with Phillips. Oh, it's great. As far as Captain America, if you're talking about Captain America, the Mark Waid run on Captain America is awesome. The Mark Gruenwald run gets a lot of hate, or a lot of people are confused as to why people think it's great, but it starts off really awesome. And then a lot of people think that Mark Gruenwald Captain America is Cap Wolf, right? Like this ridiculous 90s Cap Wolf thing. But it's so much more than that. It's so good. I hope that answers both of your questions. It's me.
You know what? I was just thinking, the father reminds me of you. Not just because
he reminds me of Ricardo Montalban.
But just that you'll just go off on things and not address whatever we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I don't care what anybody's talking about. I talk about my own thing. Scourge. See, Mr. Awesome knows what's up in Cap. Yeah, man, that Scourge storyline is classic. I still have the trade paperback Scourge. I hope they release it in epic format.
Bye, Lohit Sastry.
Be good, Lohit.
Have a date.
And she's called Heineken. Well, enjoy. Sleeper reprint. Is that still out of print? They never reprinted. What's up, Joe Cool? Hope you're doing all right, brother. Leslie Turner. Hello, guys. Have you managed to see Dune 20? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Even if I have to drive again another hour to go see it in a drive-in, I will go and see Dune in theaters somehow. I love the book. I kind of like the director's cut of the original movie. Even though it should have been Jodorowsky. And I'm excited for the new book, the movie.
Joe says he's doing fine. We're doing fine too.
We're doing fine and dandy. Fine and dandy.
All right, Taylor says.
Definitely did. I'll check those out. Thank you, Omar. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. How do you think Jason Aaron's Thor's Omnis will be mapped when it comes out? Somebody emailed me about this a couple months ago, and I literally mapped it out for them. It'll be God of Thunder, and then it'll be Jane Foster, and then it will be War of the Realms. I don't think they'll include War of the Realms in Thor, though. Omnibus Volume 3. I think they'll leave it out because it's a business, right? Why would you reprint War of the Realms when there's a War of the Realms omnibus? So I see them leaving that out, but it will include King Thor. Which is your favorite Epic Collection line volume so far? Oh, damn, what a good question. I'm gonna say Captain America has been my favorite. There's a lot of previously uncollected Epic collections in that run. So I'm a big fan of Cap, and my favorite one, and I can actually show you, is I love the Bloodstone Hunt. I'm a sucker for this book. It's freaking awesome, and I can't wait for the others, like the Captain or the Death of the Red Skull, to be collected in epic format. This is a wonderful book. I think this one's still in print, but this Incredible Hulk has had some good ones too.
Okay, Jack wants a Baba Booey omnibus.
Is that a Howard Stern reference or a Baba Booey from Yogi Bear? Yeah. Which DC or Marvel hero villain would you put in as the bad guy for a TMT and Hellboy crossover? Man, you and the questions today, brother.
That's a good question.
Kang the Conqueror. That way they can travel through time, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can hang out with the BPRD. See? Time travel, man. You got Kang. Dude, baby, you bring in Kang the Conqueror, you got all kinds of storylines happening. This is a real Omar coming out now. That's how I talk.
Thank you, Fanta666.
I hope
First time catching you live.
I hope you're enjoying it. We get a little silly sometimes.
Yeah, that's the point of live shows. Okay, what about that Venom? Any idea when Venomibus Volume 3 is out? And the new Venom by Donny Cates Volume 5?
I think after Venom Island Volume 3, isn't it 10/28? I'll be doing an advanced overview of it, but I want to say it's October 28th when Venomibus Volume 3 comes out.
Lionheart wants you to put the book back. There's a disturbance in the force.
Oh, I will. I promise.
Are you getting the New Mutants Omnibus? They'll come out later this year. I already have them collected in epic format, but thinking of double dipping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as the guy that sort of hinted at that book, how do I share this story without tooting my own horn? Well, on a phone call with David, they were talking about. I'll just say this. I'm not gonna pat myself on the back.
What?
There was.
Just do it.
He said, "Wow, you gave me some good ideas." And then we got New Mutants, we got Excalibur, we got Thunderbolts, and we got all new Wolverine. So, not saying that I told them to do this, but I did hint strongly at some books, some omnis that I know would sell well, and I think those are the ones. Those are the ones that I'm always, and I was a big push for those. So hopefully, they looked at it, and maybe somebody said, anybody against these? Or a couple guys are like, no, man, nobody wants to read New Mutants, but they're coming, so I'm excited. So of course, I'm excited for those. Man, this chat is tough. Some people
Pure Comic fans yelling at us.
All right, Pure Comics fan, what's your question? I'm so sorry. I'm trying. My wife is picking the question, so yell at her.
Are you believing me?
Yes, I'm blaming you.
There's so many. Oops. Okay.
Just let them in.
Hi, GT
What's
Gamer.
up, GT Gamer? London, Kentucky represent.
Well, now I'm scared. You pick.
I pick.
How about
keep up the David Gabriel convos, Omar. Yeah, and he's always a treat. Like when he shows up in the live chat, whenever I go over the Marvel books, like he's there to answer questions. Where can I buy the little figures on your shelves with your books? Really like those. These little ones are the little statues. We bought those in Japan, so those are older. The little Scotty Young ones, those are available everywhere. But the little ones like this Venom, I love these. These are Japanese gashapons.
Yeah.
Remember
gashapons? Are they still a thing?
I think they're still a thing. But we bought those when we were in Japan, and I like to have little things like that.
Simply Book Dream says to pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. There you go.
Thank you so much. I will.
Okay. Nope. I don't see the question yet.
Not saying you did, but you did. Thanks, brother. Yeah, it's a good collaboration we have, and I mean they sell books, right?
Thrown under the bus. You did throw me.
Omar, will Ed Brubaker Captain America Omnibus double dip with Captain America: The Return of Winter Soldier Omnibus? No. The only one that it double dips with is the second omnibus, and I don't want to say the title because it's a freaking spoiler. Please don't break my stuff. New Mutants is great. I need them to do a New Mutants Omnibus Volume 2 already, right? Because we're literally getting to the Bill Sienkiewicz stuff, and then we get into the see, that's going to be tough because a lot of it is collected in Fall of the Mutants, and then Inferno Prologue and Inferno. So I wonder how I would love to sit in on a mapping session on like how they break it apart. Like how are we going to put this book in if it's already collected in Fall of the Mutants? What's your thoughts on Joe Kelly's Deadpool? It's a lot of fun. I think a lot of people my Deadpool is Fabian Niciesa's Deadpool. But I think Joe Kelly is the one that, made him the breaking the fourth wall, made him the voice that a lot of people are familiar with him.
Found it! Wait, here's the question.
I just wanted to know if it's true, IDW is reprinting the Usagi Yojimbo Saga collection. Heard that Stan said so on his site from a third party. Okay, so what they're printing is the colored editions. So IDW is reprinting them in single issue format. And they're not reprinting the saga in the original format, but it is the recolor or the colorization of it. So,
sure yanked us. Omar and Melanie hope to meet you in person one day. That's how great you guys are.
Oh, thank you.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, what an awesome question. Who do you like, Sergeant Rock or Sergeant Fury? Sergeant Rock. I'm a Marvel guy, but I love Sergeant Rock, dude. Like, Sergeant Rock is the bomb. Hey, Omar, who is the most qualified comic book writer and artist that can make a new Phantom Stranger series with a #1 hit? My pick would be Donny Cates and Ivan Reyes. Reyes? I always mispronounce that man's name. I'm sorry. Okay, who would be really good at Phantom Stranger? He's such an obscure magic and fantasy character with some crime noir. Greg Rucka. I would pick Greg Rucka as the writer. As far as the artist, I don't want to do anybody that has I don't want to pick anybody that has worked or collaborated with Greg Rucka.
You're so immature.
I am. This is why you married me.
That's why I love you.
So I would have to pick Mike Mignola. Oh my God, Greg Rucka, Mike Mignola on a freaking Phantom Stranger book? Boy! Woo!
Make it happen.
I just goosebumped myself again.
And a good time was had by all. Okay, Omar, if you could cast me as a character, who would it be and why? I'm interested.
Rogue, because Rogue's my favorite X-Men lady.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, Storm is the obvious choice for my favorite.
White streak in my hair.
What's it called? X-lady, but I ain't gonna go down that road.
And I got a country accent.
And you do have a country ass accent from time to time. It comes out.
We couldn't touch each other. Are you trying to say something?
Nah, it's worth it.
Okay.
Fatale would make say Brubaker and Mignola, or just Mignola. Fatale. The series best team leader from any team from any universe. God, what a question. Best team, Storm, X-Men. Storm, greatest leader. I don't care. Like, no powers, and was able to take down Cyclops and won the leadership of the Morlocks, made some amazing decisions. Had some mistakes, but, every good leader does. Omar, they say girls don't read superhero comics, but I want to start reading Batman. Don't know where to start. Overwhelmed. Any suggestions? Okay, so I've had a lot of questions like this lately that I think I'm going to start a video series, because part of me for the longest...
That's a good idea. Where to start?
Well, it's one that I've stayed away from because myself, I jumped in reading comics in the middle of storylines. Like Uncanny X-Men 168 was my first comic. Crisis on Infinite Earths number 8 was my first DC comic. Literally in the middle of a storyline. But now we have collected editions that make these books easier to read. So I will suggest something like Scott Snyder's Batman Volume 1. That's a good jumping on point, I think. A lot of people got into Batman during Nightfall, but I think that's a little convoluted story at first because you're introduced to the character of Jean-Paul Valley. Contagion. I think Contagion is a really good jumping on point. Scott Snyder. Tom King, despite of how people feel about his roller coaster of ups and downs stories, I think Rebirth is a good introduction to the character. Cape Crusader Volume 1, I realize it's out of print. And the best jumping on point, what everybody's going to say, is Batman Year 1. Batman Year 1. Best jumping on point.
Wait, Trenton's been asking this for a while. Do you like Marvel or DC better?
This is a hard question to answer, but I mean, Marvel. Yeah, I think
just in terms of like how many titles.
Well, that's not fair, because Marvel releases 18% more than DC does.
Well, then it is fair if that's what they do.
Well, I mean, if you base it on the books that I own, then yeah, of course. But then I don't. But
I see.
But the answer is Marvel. I'm a Marvel man by choice for years.
Thanks for the super.
Thank you for the super chat. Marvel has always been in my blood since I was a kid. DC, I do love some of the stories though. A lot of DC. And DC doesn't have X-Men. Thank you so much, Reed. You're 100%. They don't. They had new Teen Titans, though. And I'm a fan of those. And Doom Patrol. But they're not X-Men.
Loeb Sales Batman. Very accessible.
That's another one I was going to add to the title. So, yeah, I'm going to start a video series. I've had enough questions of, like, where do I start reading Spider-Man? Where's a good place to start? And I think it's time not to stay away from those. What's up, Psycho Seb? What are you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Oh my gosh, it's almost been 2 hours.
Oh wow, it's 12:59.
Yeah, so let's take. Since my wife is in charge we'll pick one more question after this. Omar, do you think they will make an Uncanny X-Men omnibus?
I love how everyone's saying omnibus now.
Y'all better stop. David's gonna be mad.
Now.
Or OHC picking up after Eve of Destruction and Cyclops is the greatest leader of the X-Men. What? Wow. All right, agree to disagree. After Eve of Destruction, Eve of Destruction leads directly into New X-Men, though. And then that leads into Astonishing X-Men. What we would need would be the Chris Claremont stuff collected. Oh my God, wait. Unless you mean right after Eve of Destruction, and then that leads into... Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about... the Ron Garney years leading up to 400. That was a short-lived series. The Poptopia stuff. They would have to mix that in with Chuck Austin's run, which I've always joked about having a Chuck Austin omnibus, so why not? Yeah, I think they will. It's X-Men. I'm pretty sure all that will be collected in oversized format at one point.
Jack Berry says it's pronounced race.
Ivan Race. Okay, Jack. I'm holding you to that. Next time I get corrected. Okay. What do you think of the Todd McFarlane?
Is this the last question?
No, one more after this.
Okay.
This is a good question, though. One more after this. Okay. What do I think of the Todd McFarlane? He is probably he's my definitive Spider-Man artist because he was the Spider-Man artist when I was a kid. Of course, I think more of Mark Bagley, but if Spider-Man was drawn by Todd McFarlane now, can you imagine the sales of that book? I don't care who's writing it. I don't care if you put Daniel Way on the book, Bendis on the book, Chris Claremont on the book, Roger Stern on the book. It doesn't matter. People will go and buy it for Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. Yeah. So I love it. All right. Okay. Last question. I'm for real. For real this time.
I'll do this one. Age of Apocalypse Omni reprint in the next few years?
Yes, 100%. It's already had one reprint, so it will come. I promise you all. And with that...
Oh, look at that. What? Good job, baby. That you were about to end it. Let's wrap this up. Omni says I have to go mow, and Omar won't answer my question.
What was your question?
No, we already did it.
Oh, we did.
Save it for next week. Or email.
Thank you, every one of you, for joining us this Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
Let's get together again next Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you all have any questions and I didn't get to them, please leave it in the comments down below. I promise I will try to get to them. Thank you, all of you. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're on Redbubble and Patreon. Those are amazing ways to support the channel. Thank you so much to our patrons that are on there, whether it's $1, whatever tier you're on. Thank you. And thank you all for watching and enjoying this and keeping me going. Couldn't do this without you all. So,
and Omni Boobs.
We're not wrapping it up with that. What if David's watching this and he cuts me off? He's like, how dare he take my word?
See you guys.
Thank you all. Bye, everybody. And